In the spring, almost fall of 2002, it was September 11th, my birthday actually. I remember coming home from elementary school, had a great day, no notes from the teacher, grades were good, got special lunch at school, etc., etc., etc. During the car ride home, my mom literally tells me as soon as I get home to go straight to the bedroom. Now this is kind of odd because normally I wouldn't do that unless I was in trouble, but my mom reassured me that I wasn't and it was Dad's orders. I get home, do my homework, watch a little TV until it was time to go pick my dad up from work. Now, I haven't looked into the living room upon leaving, but whatever, I'm a kid. Make a long story short, we pick my dad up from work, come back home, and this time I walk straight into the living room, and on the coffee table was cake, balloons, and Madden NFL 2003 for the PS2. This is what started my love for football. Now, with Madden releasing their titles every year, they always tried to separate themselves from last year's iteration while improving at the same time. This year, they had Al Michaels and John Madden as the commentary team. One of the most anticipated modes was MiniCam, a fun, intuitive mode that allowed users to learn how to play certain areas of football, whether it be running the ball, how to get past the blocker, how to pin someone in their own backfield from a punt, and plenty more. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I was a kid, I'm gonna be super honest with y'all, I never understood this drill. But the more and more that I started playing Madden and kind of getting into, punting on fourth down and making those punts count, now I come back and I look at Madden 03 and I'm like, oh, this is what they were talking about. So I completely get it now. But anyway, they also allowed you to go into game situations that will allow you to put that skill to good use. They started you at rookie difficulty and then you worked your way up to all Madden while trying to get gold in all categories. In Madden 03, they had a mode called Football 101, where John Madden teaches you the basics of running and passing plays. I can't even begin to tell you how much this mode helped me. This is where I started developing my run game. Coach Madden will tell you what gaps to hit, what players should be doing what, and above all else, follow your blocker.
The I formation's a well-balanced offensive play system with one wide receiver and two tight ends. But both running backs are lined up in a straight line behind the quarterback, usually for the running game. The halfback slam from the I formation is a strong side run. The play is run to the strong side to take advantage of the tight end and his blocking. The right tackle and right guard are responsible for creating a hole for the fullback to lead through. The halfback will take the handoff and follow his fullback.
Set. Hut.
I followed that concept like it was the Bible. Truth be told, this is when I started learning about football in depth, from the rules to different teams, and the list goes on. This is partly why I have such a disconnect with the Mads of today, but let's move on. Another addition was the creative play feature, and this also was highly anticipated. A creative mode which allowed users to create plays to their heart's content. I even made the crossers play from the full house formation, and my God, is it lethal. And one thing that I noticed when I was creating that play, this showed me how much football has evolved. Because some of the formations that you see now in like Madden 23 or what they're using now, I tried to use that in creative play and they called some of those formations illegal. So it just kind of shows you how much the game of football has evolved. Another mode I spent a lot of time in was the 2-minute drill. In this mode, you had 2 minutes to drive down the field and score as many times as you can before the time was up or before you committed a turnover. You could play by yourself, which was most of the time, or get a few friends and earn coins to unlock Madden cards. Madden cards was another thing I enjoyed unlocking. They offered a variety of things such as historic teams, cheats, secret teams, stadiums, and so on. I even made a brief video touching on this topic, so I'll drop the card here if you want to hear more about it. But here's a fun fact. I didn't drop it in the recording, but they also had European teams, like the Amsterdam Admirals and the Scottish Claymores and a bunch of other teams. I always loved beating up on them when I didn't want to, play any kind of tough games. But let's move on. At the end of the day, PS2 and OG Xbox versions of Madden were the golden age of sports games. From the time I started recording footage of Madden 03, it just felt like a kid again, you know? Early in the beginning when I gave you all the setting that I was in, I could literally close my eyes and see exactly where I was at that time in my life. I miss seeing those commercials that would pop up and prompt me to ask my parents if I could get the next installment of Madden. Then come the questions of, well, what's so different about the new one? I did my best to be as believable as possible, but it never worked. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. I'm Just Divine, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.